has been live. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, I would definitely say, like, my years of watching basketball, probably this is probably one of the best years. Well, besides the bubble. The bubble was just fun because we got the best, I feel like we got the best basketball in years. You had the playing game, and then players were actually able to get rest. So we actually saw players play their best. So if you really think about it, like, I'm not surprised that a lot of teams that are healthy are just dominating, like the Nuggets. Oh my God, who would thought they would sweep the Lakers in four? Like, even though LeBron is 38 years old, I get it. Even though a lot of people say he's past his prime, I know when they compare the numbers, his numbers are still like Larry Bird, and Larry Bird is definitely one of the, not definitely, but top three forwards of all time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they're saying something when your stats at 38 is the same as Larry Bird's career. So it just kind of goes to show that, like, age, I feel like it's just a matter of mind. And obviously, LeBron has great genes, but he also takes care of himself really well. I can honestly, LeBron is playing because he had the most points on the floor yesterday. I can see LeBron playing for like 25 years. I can see it. Like, a lot of people say, man, that's crazy. What? Yeah, I can see it. Think about this. This is how I look at basketball for somebody, because I was a former athlete, so I know when you're a former athlete, that's kind of just all you know. That's all you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, you have some athletes who's able to kind of make a good a transition, and they may do coaching. They may do like media broadcasting. You got some that may own businesses. Think about LeBron is a billionaire. What people fail to realize, he's a billionaire. He don't need to play basketball no more. He just loved the game. And you remember a couple years ago, he said he's chasing a ghost. That's what he's doing. He's chasing a ghost. He wants to get 6 rings. LeBron wants to get 6 rings. There's nothing as a person that you can tell this man that's going to tell him that he's not getting his 6 rings. Like, the type of dude he is, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 7 rings. Like, his drive to be great is just incredible. It's something I haven't seen since Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just always on the grind, always getting better, always improving. You don't be in MVP discussions in year 20 without putting that work in. Like, he's been putting that work in for real. So yeah, as far as for the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just, like, basketball season. I'm just gonna speak about the playoff teams. Because obviously, you got other teams outside of that, but I'm gonna just stick with the playoff teams. I think the Lakers. I definitely should keep Rui Hachimura. Got to keep Austin Reeves, man. Light skin been balling. Like, hey, if nobody's seen Austin play, before these playoffs, like, that dude was balling all year like that. Like, dude can play. Like, I know they talk about his athleticism, but I don't know. Like, athleticism, to me, like, if you using it for the right purpose, like LeBron, then yeah, you have your advantages. But a lot of NBA athletes don't use it for that type of advantage. They want to just dunk all the time. And obviously, as you know, if you're just a dunker, you may have a good role in the NBA, but you're not gonna have a long career. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look at even Vince Carter changed his game up, and he was known for dunking. So I think Austin Reeves is a great player. I think it could possibly could be the future, depending on how he develops. But yeah, that dude hit some big shots during his playoffs. Rui, obviously, a lot of people don't know he was actually a starter for the Wizards. I think that would be a good place. And obviously, with LeBron and AD, I think they have a great coach in Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham makes some great adjustments. Dude is amazing. To be a first-year head coach and to get to the conference finals, hey, That's pretty good, man. That's really really good. You compete against some of the best athletes in the world. So the people that he beat to get to the conference finals, think about it. He he beat two Hall of Famers in Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns and another great young player in Anthony Edwards. Um, then he beat the Dubs, who was the defending champions. You know, and they got three, three possibly more Hall of Famers. You got to add Curry in, and I think Wiggs may get into that Hall one day. I think GP2 may get in one day. GP2 can play, man. He can play hell out of defense, but that's for the next one for the Warriors. But yeah, man, yeah, Darvin Ham did great, man. Even though, hey, to get swept by the Nuggets, there's no shame in that, man. It's just a great team. They're on a whole nother level. But yeah, I think with AD, obviously, AD and LeBron, hopefully they can do some load management for next year. Because I definitely like me being a super fan of basketball. I like to see players at their peak during playoffs. Regular season is cool, but obviously as y'all seen with that was with the 2016 Warriors. Man, that's a grind. They wanted to win more than 73 games, ended up winning, I think, even 74, 75, and then lost in the finals. It was up 3-1. That just lets you know the type of fatigue that you have, what I'm saying, as a player. That was just fatigue that set in, just, and then obviously, Steph was injured too, but yeah, that was just fatigue, bro. So I would definitely say just to do load management. I'll probably like the year LeBron is in his career and AD with his injuries. I would try to limit them to like 55 games. 55. If I'm a GM, man, I'll take that criticism because at the end of the day, you want to win. You want to get to the finals. You want to give your players a chance. You want to give your team a chance. So if I'm Rob Pelinka, I already got their schedule sorted out. No back-to-backs. Um, Especially towards the end of the season, try to limit them to 57 games at least minimum. Because when you get to the playoffs, it's gonna be a grind. Because that format is rough. So hopefully they make some good additions and get right back to it. Because everybody know, man, when Lakers are in the playoffs, man, basketball season, it's just so much fun. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm from the South, so it lets you know, bro. Lakers got it. Oh man, Nuggets. Man, with the Nuggets, I think we're looking at our next dynasty. Real for real, man. I think the Nuggets are the next dynasty. I know a lot of people like, man, what? That's crazy, man. But just look at the team and look how young the players are. Like, think about it. I don't think besides Jeff Green and obviously I think DeAndre Jordan, a lot of people they're like under 32 years old. And usually that's a recipe for success. If you look at all the dynasties in the NBA, from the Spurs to the Dubs, to the Bulls, the Lakers, the Celtics, and even the Pistons. They won back to back. They all had something in common. It was youth. They had that youth on their side. And so when your best player is 27, and I think Murray's 28, I think, or 26, I can't really remember. Man, the Denver have something special. Like, and think about it, this is their first time in the finals. Think about all the great teams they had with Richmond and Mullen and no, I'm sorry, no, that's the old Dubs. I apologize, Chris Mullin. But Dikembe Mutombo's with the Denver Nuggets back in the '90s, and he's one of the best centers of all time, and they couldn't even get to the finals. So for them to be able to get past that hump is just something amazing. But yeah, man, I think that the Nuggets have something special. I think they're the next dynasty. Obviously, y'all know NBA ratings are better when there's dynasties, and I think Nuggets are the next one. I think they're the next team up, to kind of claim that prize. It doesn't really matter who they play in the finals, whether it be the Heat or the Celtics. I don't think either team is going to beat them. I think the Nuggets are just too deep right now. And then Michael Porter Jr., dude, is 6'10", and man, he can ball. Like, had multiple surgeries. Jamal Murray had multiple surgeries. And if it just looked like they were bleak, and then, drafted Bruce Brown, developed him really well. Aaron Gordon is a great spot up dunker. Man, they have it. I'm not gonna lie, man, they have it all. I would say probably maybe need maybe a backup center or a backup four, but besides that, man, they're looking good. I think if they end up winning this year, I actually could see them winning next year. I really can. Especially their best player. He's hardworking. He's a family man. So I don't. He's not. He's only gonna get better. Yeah, man. I think the Nuggets are the next dynasty. No lie. As far as from the Dubs, y'all know I'm a huge Steph Curry fan, man. I love Steph, man. I've been watching Steph since he was in college at Davidson. Kind of wish my Rockets or my Pelicans would have got him. It would have been cold. But anyway, but yeah, man. I think I don't know. It's gonna be definitely tough for the Warriors to get another chip. I think they can do it, but obviously, they got to get some role players around them. Definitely need a backup point guard, somebody that can help take that pressure, alleviate that pressure off of Steph to, provide in crunch time. Like when he's sitting on the bench, you got to have a point guard at least be able to provide at least 8 points off the bench at least. And he really didn't have much help, and all that pressure was on him. And when it's in the playoffs, man, it's really hard to do that. Night in, night out, especially with the type of schedule they had. It was every other day. That's a tough schedule in order to try to come up with something solid like that. Um, Obviously, they as y'all notice, man, they definitely need a big man. Um, Man, it's so hard in the play, especially in the playoffs. Like you playing against players who like 6'11", 6'10", and they gobbling up everything. So they don't even have to jump. Like they could be a mediocre, when it comes to athleticism, but when they do jump, it's a problem. And so the Warriors just got out physical. That's really what it was. I think they could have obviously. I think they could have beat the Lakers obviously if they hit the open shots. But nobody could hit their open shots. Think about it. Clay was missing shots. Steph was missing shots. Poole was missing shots. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the defending champions, and they kill you if you leave them open, to destroy you. And Lakers actually got away with one. They got away with it. I ain't gonna say they got lucky because obviously they had a great defensive game plan. Don't let Steph get hot. Kind of let everybody else get hot, and nobody could help. Ain't nobody could really deliver. For Steph, nobody could really, take that pressure off of him and kind of help him out. Um, as you see, Clay played a horrible series. Um, Poole played a horrible series. I know Poole get a lot of flack too, but Draymond, he played a horrible series. Like pretty much everybody outside of Kevon Looney and Steph Curry played a horrible, and obviously Gary Payton played a horrible series. Just them three played a good series. And then Wiggins, he tried to play himself into shape. Everybody know that's not possible. Everybody's tried. It's just hard to do that. Like you can't do that. And so I definitely would like to see Curry get some like-minded individuals around Curry who want a championship, who's thirsty for a championship, who's hungry for a championship. Because I definitely want to see Steph get at least 7 rings. I think he's capable of doing it. Dude is a baller. He's a killer. He's still in his prime. He's only 35. I think he can play a long time too, like just like LeBron. Um, because the way his game is set up, he's more of a shooter. And those shooters, you get to that basketball court, they be dangerous. Especially them old dudes, boy, they dangerous. But yeah, I think the Warriors will be okay. Obviously, the issue is, man, they got the Nuggets who only gonna be better next year. So they got them to, kind of compete with. So it's gonna be interesting. Um, let's see, my next team on the list, man, the Celtics. Talk about a disappointment. Down 3-0, lost twice at home. Like that is crazy. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I believe they were the number 2 seed. Yeah, number 2 seed. Yeah, number 2 seed get getting bounced like that. Oh no, man, that's tough. Obviously, Obviously, head coach probably wasn't the best fit. He was young too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your first coaching gig. You know, that's kind of a lot. That's a lot of pressure, especially when you get to the playoffs, because you're playing against some of the best teams in the world. You're playing against great coaches, and all they do is scout. All they do is watch film. All they do is break down your tendencies, and they gonna take everything away from you as possible. So I don't think Missoula was ready for that. Brown and Tatum, man, I like that tandem. I kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're a good fit with each other. It's just the issue is they both have their up and down games, but they're young. I think they'll figure it out. I don't think they should be broken apart. Honestly, I think with that nucleus of Marcus Smart, Brown, and Tatum, I think they should keep them together. I think that's a strong core. Um, if you want to, get rid of Robert Williams, yes, you can. His price tag might be a little heavy, depending. You know what I'm saying? You can always find. I know it's probably a little difficult to find a rim protector, but if that's really kind of all he's doing, he can't really provide much. You can kind of just find that somewhere else, honestly, for probably much cheaper. And plus he's young, so he's gonna also come with a hefty price tag. Um, Al Horford, I don't know. Al Horford has a great series. That he has a damn series, as you see with the Warriors. Last year, some games he plays really well, and some games it's just like, man, dude, where you at? I can't find you. So, that's definitely gonna be something they look into. Grant Williams, so I think Boston kind of has to retool. Definitely probably need some more role players, different role players, like how Rui and Austin Reeves will kind of help them able to keep afloat. Boston needs something like that. They need somebody to help. Besides Malcolm Brogdon, it's kind of hard to ask a guy to come off the bench and score 30 points. It's hard. You know, but yeah, I think Boston will be fine though. Miami, man, Miami's beasting right now. They're blazing. I always be warning every year. I kind of be warning. I'm like, man, when's Miami gonna fall off? But it seemed like for some reason that culture just eats people up. But as you know, they're getting older. Tyler Hero got that big contract, so hopefully he can stay healthy next year. They're definitely, not probably, but they're gonna definitely need some more talent. Um, I just don't see them beating the Nuggets. I really didn't even see them beating the Celtics or the Bucks. So hey, they always seem to surprise everybody. So, but yeah, man, we'll see what happens in the finals. But definitely get some shooting. Shooting has definitely hurt them in this playoffs. Like it hurt them against the Knicks, it hurt them against the Bucks, and it also hurt them against the Celtics. But no offensive team have been able to capitalize on that. I think they're going to meet their match against Denver. I think Denver and that I don't know. I don't know. I think with just that elevation and the shooters that they have, and everybody can shoot. I think it's going to be real tough. It's going to be a tough series. But yeah, obviously uh, the Bucks just they didn't let everything. Definitely the rim protector. Definitely a help. Um, you know, I would say They actually, I will. They needed to. I think they need another scorer. It's kind of hard to ask Giannis to keep the team afloat for 3 quarters, because Middleton is known as a closer, but you kind of need a secondary score for first, second, and third quarter. It's kind of hard to ask Giannis to carry that load for an entire series for 3 quarters. Because Sam Middleton is not able to pick it up. As y'all know, Middleton is like a slow engine. Once he gets going, but it just takes him so long. It takes him a long time to really get going. So they definitely need a secondary score. Um, Also, Timberwolves, man, they look good, even though they did lose. Um, they look good. They did look good. The Rudy Gobert and Cat tandem, a little different, but I think I think they'll work out in the long run. I think they really just need chemistry. That's kind of all that they kind of just need, just some chemistry, kind of more chemistry issues. Um, let's see who's our next team. Obviously, Atlanta. Um, Atlanta probably had the same thing that the Bucks had. They definitely need a big man, but they need a secondary scorer too. I don't know if DeJounte Murray is going to be able to consistently give you 20 and 5 for the entire series, as you see. Couldn't couldn't do it against the Celtics. And yeah, Trey Young was balling. So all them skeptics out there, I'm pretty sure he silenced him because he played really well. Um, Knicks, Knicks need a secondary scorer. Um, Brunson, I think he's good, but I don't see him taking them to the finals. I don't see that. I don't see it. I personally don't see it. I think he's a good player though, but I don't see him being that guy. I don't put him on a level of Steph, uh, a level of Damian Lillard. If Damian Lillard was with that Knicks team, I don't know. Damian Lillard's done some amazing things. Could he have got to the final? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of hard to, put Jalen Brunson in the type of stratosphere. But I think he played really well. You know, he played really well until towards the end. But hey, we'll see what happens next year. Um, but yeah, man, those are teams, man, that kind of could use some additions, use some help for next year, and hey, see what they got going on. Y'all know how we do it, baby. Peace, love, happiness. Holla.